Welcome back to another optics review. This is the Vortex Spitfire x3 prism sight. This was lent to me by a mate so I could have a gander at it. Now there's probably 1,000 other reviews on this on the internet, so I'm going to keep this fairly short. We had this mounted to a 7615 556 223 pump. Something to remember about prism sights, if you're going to go down that path, is a prism sight is not a red dot. So therefore, you can't use it like a red dot. You do actually have to get correct eye relief with a prism sight because it is an etched reticle, not a reflected light, which would move with your head, and it doesn't matter where your head is in relativity to the sight. That point of aim will still be where it is. This is like a traditional sight where the reticle is fixed to the glass because it's etched in there, so when you move your head, you will be moving the graticle on and off the target at range. Bear that in mind. Eye relief is a must with one of these. Having this mounted to a 7615, if you've ever seen one of those with the pick rail on top, this was too far forward to get a correct eye relief, so you would have a hell of a lot of shadowing around the graticle, and it was a bit of a pain in the ass to shoot. Had this been mounted to something else, it probably would have been a hell of a lot better. It is a pretty bloody good sight, but for the application we were using it in, rubbish. What sort of weapon would you mount this to? Look, if you're some sort of like, category C holding fucking semi-automatic guru, or a professional colour with a semi-auto, you would probably go for this. I personally wouldn't bother with one of these for a bolt action or a pumpy, but yeah, it is what it is. If you are going down that path, you probably have the weapon to fit it on, so whatever. Now, cool things about this. It does have red and green illumination for the reticle, which is 1 through 5. Now they are pretty bloody bright, even though normally you'd have like 1 to 11. This only has 1 to 5, but 5 is fucking pretty bright. And then you've got like a 0 on each side, so it doesn't matter which side of rotation you're on, you can turn it off. And then you have green. Look, green is generally not actually, I don't even know what the fuck you would use green for, because red is a hell of a lot better in my opinion, but green is tactical and stuff. Good things about this as well is it has little caps for elevation and windage adjustment, if I can get the fucking things off. But they are held on with a captive chain, so that's pretty cool, so you can't lose your caps. That's a good little feature there. All right, this also does have a feature, these two parts here on the shoulders, I don't know if you can see that, you probably can't. On the sides here, on a 45-degree angle of each side, these ones have been removed, but there is actually the provision to put pick rails there. So you can, if you really want to have a 45-degree piggybacked red dot sight, like a fucking Vortex Venom or something. So you could be like, oh yep, I'm at ×3 magnification. Oh, that's really close, and then count your rifle and do the cool fucking T-Rex arms thing, if that's really what's going to float your boat. Another cool feature is the pick rail. Now it does have just normal big, these are 10mm nuts, so all those 10mm sockets that you've probably lost, you probably can't even take this on and off your rifle. It's big enough that you can do it with your hand, and it's actually got a hole in each side, so you don't actually need a socket. You could use a screwdriver, jam it in there and turn it if you really needed to. But I thought that was a pretty cool feature. Anyway, that's the Spitfire from Vortex, and that's a very quick little review. Look, I'm sure that if you're going to buy one, or you've already bought one, you've probably watched every other review on here, and if not, you're probably only watching it to watch me shit can a sight. This sight's alright, just that the application we're using in was rubbish. So, there you go. See you in the next review.